Hey guys, today we have a really cool guest. Boss ko siya dati, partner ko siya sa negosyo when I was still in advertising. And ang magiging topic natin ngayon, what does it take to become an advertising CEO? CEO ng isang malaking advertising company. Ano ba yung mga problema? Ano ba yung mga challenges? Lahat yan, malalaman natin in today's episode. But before everything, paalala ko lang sa inyo to make sure to check out our newest product, Sigma Cooling Wipes. Kung gusto niyo may instantly refresh at lumamig yung pakiramdam nyo, make sure to check this out. Available na siya right now sa TikTok tsaka sa Shopee. 49 pesos lang only for the next week. So make sure to purchase one today. Nakalink yan sa baba. And hope you guys support our newest brand and our newest project. So Bonat, what is the biggest lie ad agencies tell their clients during the pitch phase para manalo?
Grabe talaga. First question niya, no?
Siyempre para ma-excite yung mga nanonood, di ba?
Well, biggest lie. Siguro pag sinabi sa iyo ng agency na pitch na, mura lang yan.
Totoo yun.
Di ba? We can always say na pasok sa budget yan or mura lang yan. But kasi marami ngayon ang ginagawa na you think surface level mura lang siya. But actually,
When you get into the details, doon lumalabas lahat ng ano.
it's not, no? For example, when you were in advertising as well, di ba, sabi mo noon, may ginawa kaming cost for digital videos. Tinaasan na namin to. Tapos nakita ko, oh my God, ang mura niyan. Di ba? Parang gano'n. But kasi, you think it's cheap, but actually it's the same work that goes through a full-blown
Correct.
TV material, di ba? So the same goes for a digital film that you do on Facebook or on YouTube.
Kumbaga same work pero mas mura pa ngayon, di ba?
Oo but yes, nagmumura yung production because of AI, because of other tools, no? But marami sa work that's in advertising, hindi ganun kamura pa rin. Di ba? So pag sinabi sa'yo mura, or pasok sa budget yan, normally hirap na hirap kaming i-fit into the budget yan.
Ako meron ako favorite na when I was still in advertising, na paborito ko sinasabi, na half lie, half truth. Alam mo ko na yun? Kaya namin yan.
Yeah, correct.
Kasi usually, ang goal ko nun was to just say, yes, kaya namin, and figure it out after. Na feeling ko hanggang ngayon, ganun pa rin ako.
Well, mahirap kasi in advertising, if you commit to clients, actually, it's your reputation also
On the line.
diba? So, when you say you can do it, kailangan talaga, it's either you, your company can do it, or you can get someone else to help you do it. Diba? So, ganun naman din in the business right now. You know, we have to expand our services. Diba? So, but you have to know kung talagang kaya nga ng agency because anyone can tell you na kaya nila. Ang tanong, kaya ba nila in-house? Kaya ba nila but with the help of someone outside? Diba? So, it's relative yung sagot na yan na kaya.
The next question, very straightforward. Ano yung biggest challenges that you feel you face like as a CEO of a major ad agency right now here in the Philippines?
Business is difficult right now. No, one is our clients, of course, are feeling the pressure of rising prices. Therefore, they cut their budgets. No, if they cut their budgets, our revenues get cut. The revenue model of agencies are challenged. Gone are the days na naka-commission lang kami for the work that we do.
Oh, those were the good days.
Diba? Those were the good days. Sa totoo lang. But now it's per piece. Ang bayad sa'yo per hour. Diba? And I do understand the challenge of clients na talagang gipit sa pera. Diba? So gigipitin ka din. And that's where the agencies struggle right now. That's why the agencies have to think of ways, to earn more revenue, to keep their people, di ba? Kulang na lang, ilagay ko sa calling card ko. We also sell longganisa, tapa, and bangus di ba? But actually, that is what we're doing. We're offering other services that we did not offer 10 years ago. Di ba? Because that's how the world moves. No? It changes, and change is constant. Di ba? And you have to accept change. I guess the agencies or the advertising companies that struggle with change will struggle the most.
That's a nice way of putting it.
And I mean, it's not easy to change the way you do things talaga sa totoo lang. So, as long as you can keep up with the times or keep ahead of the times, di ba? Yung bang keep up na, mahirap na. Yung keep ahead pa, mas mahirap, especially with AI, di ba? But It's very challenging for some. There are globally agency networks are restructuring, killing brands left and right. There were certain brands that I grew up with that are no longer in existence today. Na hindi ko man lang na-imagine na mawawala sila, di ba? But they're gone, because it's brutal. The marketplace is brutal. We're fortunate enough to be still standing, di ba? But very challenging siya. It's challenging to the people kasi kailangan damihan din nila yung
Output nila.
Kailangan i-upskill sila. Di ba? It's no longer just about training. It's about upskilling na. Di ba? Buti na lang, I'm no stranger to that. No? When digital started decades ago, di ba? That's what we did. We told our people, you need to upskill. Kasi if not, magiging obsolete ka. Di ba? So, that's what we're doing still.
Ngayon, lahat digital na eh.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Diba?
Nagbago talaga yung...
Kaya nga dati, di ba, may digital creative. Di ba?
Ngayon, there's just a creative.
Creative. Kasi given na yung digital.
Now, there was like a survey that came out na parang ano yung mga negosyo na gustong itayo ng mga bata ngayon. And one of them is marketing agency or a creative agency.
Really?
Yes. So what can you say to these young people? Pero not necessarily to join na. Ayun yung big difference eh.
Oh.
Feeling ko kasi yung mundo nila is very social media and gumagawa na sila ng content.
Yeah.
So they want to leverage that to come up with their own startup to offer to businesses.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, ano yung one advice na pwede mo ibigay sa kanila based dun sa mga consumer insights mo kanina na malalim na hindi pa nila naiintindihan tungkol sa industriya na to na kailangan nilang malaman?
Well, it's a very cutthroat industry talaga, di ba? But I admire those who want to enter the field. No? I think as long as whatever they're putting up adds value to brands and clients, mabubuhay sila. Kasi that's how we think as an agency right now. Kasi if you don't add value and you're just giving what others are giving, then eventually you'll die. Diba? But if you offer something else beyond what your neighbor or your seatmate is giving you, then mabubuhay ka. Whatever it is that you are doing for clients, kasi you add value. Because that's what clients are looking for. Help us, especially if the service that you're providing is something na hindi pa expert yung clients at. No, yun ang kagandahan dun sa creator economy right now.
Correct.
The clients are still trying to understand that. Now, if you come in with a better understanding than them, then you add value to them. Kasi gano'n naman yung clients eh. They tap other companies who can help them with their problem. Diba? That's why before, pag lumalapit tayo sa clients, we're not an ad agency, we're a solutions agency. Diba? Well, we provide solutions for you.
May ganun.
Diba? Kaya nga sabi ng client sa atin, nung inalok natin, a major multinational, you told us you're a solutions agency. We have a problem that needs solutions. So we're tapping you. Diba? So as long as the young ones can provide solutions to the client problems, then their business will thrive.
Now, I'm sure ilang taong ka naman nasa advertising?
My golly. 30...
1 billion years. Okay, in the last
35 years.
in the last 35 years you've been in advertising, I'm sure you've had how do we say this? Difficult clients.
Yeah.
Clients na kumbaga hindi mo nakakasundo or sabihin natin may mismatch in values or don't treat your team the correct way.
Yeah.
So, have you ever fired a client? And if yes, why?
We have resigned clients in the past.
AKA fired. Okay. Bonat is very politically correct.
No, only because, bilog ang mundo.
Correct,
You want to always professionally
Correct.
end the relationship. Minsan may mga moments talaga na iniisip namin ng mga partners namin na let's fire this client. First away pa lang natin. Di ba pwede
Break agad.
LQ muna, break agad. Di ba? LQ muna, di pag-usapan natin. But yes, we have resigned other clients only because hindi align nga yung values. And one thing that we do want to do is to protect our people. And if our people are already being mistreated, then that's the time we call it and then say, baka mas okay na break na lang.
Without naming the client, can you share a little bit more detail about the story of, kunyari, one particular client na you had to let go and why?
When, kunyari, hindi naman sa actually bastos, di ba? Normally, pag bastos talaga, when treating our people during meetings, di ba? Pag nag-comment sa work, talaga, hindi man lang hindi man lang masakit. Kasi talaga masakit to critique the work of the agency, no? Pero outright hurtful words. Pangit nito.
Yikes.
Di ba?
Parang ako yun,
Ano ba naman? Ano ba naman? Oh, sabi niya, this is what you're giving me. Di ba? So, may mga ganun talaga. And then after that, we talk to the client and say na you can't treat our people that way. We have to treat them with respect. No? Kasi pag hindi namin dinefend yung tao namin, iiwan kami nun yung mga tao namin. So we have to be protective of our people also. So as long as pag na-mistreat na, that's already red flag sa amin. And eventually, we do end the relationship with these clients. So, but that's the number one rule. Huwag babastusin yung mga tao.
Does that still happen today? Like, may nababalitaan ka pa? Hindi na kasing dalas ng dati.
Alam mo, ang okay naman ngayon is we have a lot of very professional clients talaga. So, and I don't know if it's the pandemic, I don't know if it's the Gen Z attitude na hindi sila pwedeng bastusin. Hindi sila, di ba? Even I've had to change my ways. Kasi dati din, di ba? Pag kumoment din ako dati, pangit. Di ba? Ano ba to? Di ba? So, even I had to change, my ways of commenting. I have to be more careful with what I say. Kasi nga, yun ang kagandahan with the Gen Z. Hindi nila tatanggapin yan. Hindi mo ko pwede apihin, di ba? Normally, pag naaapi na kami, that's the time that we say goodbye to a client.
Well, at least hindi na siya nangyayari as much. Kasi if you think about all the stories of advertising in the past, parang ang dalas niyang mangyari, di ba?
Yeah. But I think a lot of people have changed within the agency world, within the client environment as well. No? Daming mabait ngayon na client actually.
Okay.
Which is, kaya naman tumatagal ako dito.
Ng 35 years,
Yes.
ng 1 billion years.
35 years.
Pag-usapan naman natin yung difficult clients. So, again, without naming them, kasi sabi mo nga, bilog ang mundo. Parang, can you describe the most difficult client you've ever had? Like, ano yung kliyente na pinaka nagpahirap sa inyo?
Ako, yung paulit-ulit na nagpapagawa ng trabaho, tapos, yung akala nung client, klaro naman yung hinihingi niya, pero actually
Hindi naman pala.
So, there are, outliers there.
Maraming ganyan sa dati kong kumpanya.
Oo. So,
Ako na lang nagsasabi, di na ikaw.
yeah, so yung mga ganun, iyakan mo kasi paulit-ulit yung work I think the worst part is if you see yourself, if you're an agency person, and you see yourself na papasok ka in a meeting, tas ano na naman kaya yung maipipintas ng client dito sa ginawa namin? Kasi okay na sa inyo
Oo.
Pinag-isipan nyo, pinag-awayan nyo na internally. Diba? Pero happy ka na di ba? Pero dahil nakakalimang pass ka na, hindi pa rin na-approve, tas every pass may ibang naiisip o ibang comment. That's the hardest part, I guess, of the job, If you have a client who's not sure kung saan niya dadalhin yung brand, or you have an agency who's also not sure kung saan mo na rin dadalhin. Kasi, kukwestiyonin mo na yung sarili mo na
Correct.
parang, is it me? Di ba?
Ako ba yung tanga?
Hindi ko pa di ba? Hindi ko pa mag-gets. Ang tanga ko ba? And if you question yourself already, parang that's not a good place na. If you're in that position na you're presented to a client and you yourself, you're no longer sure. Kasi nakakalima, 7 na pass ka na, hindi mo pa nagigets no? Buti ka, umabot pa ng 5. Normally, pag umabot na yun ng 5, these days, you're fired. Di ba? So, that's the most difficult one. Whether mabait yung client or masama yung client ka. The mere fact na paulit-ulit na yung team, minsan I would change the teams na parang, oh my God, nakakatatlo ka na. Let's ask another team to take a crack at it. And then yung next team, nakatatlo din, hindi pa rin makakuha. That's the worst cycle you can find yourself in, no? Parang kumunoy. Do you know what a kumunoy is?
What is that?
Quicksand in Tagalog. So parang,
Word of the day.
yes, alam mo, sabi ko na hindi mo alam yung ibig sabihin. No, it's like you're being sucked into quicksand na parang hindi ka makaahon. That's the worst. I've been there. And that's the worst thing na you can find yourself in a situation na parang you can't get out of the quicksand.
Ako naalala ko yung, at least sa akin from my experience, yung pinaka-ayokong kliyente. Wala na naman ako sa advertising, I be more ano. yung tipong yung kliyente mo, ayaw intindihin yung proseso ng marketing tsaka ng advertising. Yung background niya hindi advertising.
Yeah.
Tapos meron siyang idea na ipipilit niya kahit ina-explain mo na it doesn't work or ina-explain mo na it might be bad for the brand. And yet they're still hell-bent on doing something just because they feel like it's good.
Yeah.
Parang para sa akin yun yung pinaka naging difficult clients that I've had in the past. Na yung sobrang, yung hell-bent na talaga yung laser focus na ito lang yung gusto ko.
Yeah.
Na kahit nagpapakita ka ng mas magandang version or mas feeling mo mas papasok, yung tipong ikaw nga dapat yung steward ng brand pero mali-mali pa rin yung pagkaintindi mo eh.
Yeah.
Diba? Para sa akin yun yung gusto ko sanang banggitin yung pangalan. Para pag-viral to, magsabihin ko yun. Diba? Patay tayo dyan. Anyway, so going naman to a little bit more controversial mga topics. So you're also president ng 4As, right? 4As, ASC.
ASC.
Ad Standards Council,
Standards
diba?
Council, yeah.
There are a lot of issues right now regarding ASC, diba? Or at least advertising in general.
Yeah.
And one of those issues we already touched on, which is AI. So how does the Ad Standards Council, which to those who don't know, sila yung parang self-regulating body ng advertising in the Philippines, diba?
Yes.
So ano yung stance ng ASC when it comes to AI usage? Kasi I'm sure ang dami nang lumalabas ngayon ng mga materials that are, being presented or cleared that heavily use AI.
Yeah. So nagsa-start na kasi yung use of AI in advertising. So that's why the Ad Standards Council or the ASC now have to think of guidelines on how to regulate the use of AI. Unang-una, dahil self-regulating body yung ASC, you also have to be very careful of over-regulating. So, kasi it's everyone regulating themselves eh. So ASC is made up first of 7 organizations, no? But it started with 3. Started with the advertiser under PANA, the broadcasting network, the broadcasters KBP, and then the advertising agencies 4As. And then it grew to 7 organizations from the initial 3 founding members. So, syempre, iniingatan din na when we self-regulate, kasi kami-kami lang bali yung nagpo-police ng sarili namin, hindi gobyerno. Diba? So, we have to be very careful with the things that we say can and cannot be done. No? So, on AI, since medyo bago pa siya, one, wala pang regulating body on AI talaga, on the use of AI in communications. No? So, what we did was the Organization of Ad Agencies initiated a talk with the ASC Management Committee and said na parang ano yung mga pwedeng gamitin kasi AI can still be just a simple tool just like post-production work, like movie magic. Di ba? Kasi movie magic, marami naman, pinalipad kita. Di ba? Wala naman akong ilalagay doon pag pinalipad kita. Kasi it's post-production work, it's movie magic, di ba? So those things parang AI can do in a cheaper way, in a faster way than the old process of doing it post-production using this heavy machinery, But for now, let's say ang discussion namin at the ASC is to protect those that are either protected by law or intellectual property or IP.
So dun papasok yung parang regulation or oversight.
Yes, for example.
If you're using AI, to recreate something that has IP protection.
Yes, either IP protection or protected by law. For example, pag gumamit ka kasi ng, if you have a talent na bata, na kailangan ka magbigay ng DOLE permit na yung bata is binigyan ng permit ng DOLE to appear in the commercial or the film. Pag generate mo yung bata, wala kang mabibigay na DOLE permit sa ASC. So they have to generate, one, they have to say na this is the documentation certifying that that
Nawalan ng
is AI
trabaho yung
generated.
nameless kid
Kaya nga eh, di ba?
Nawalan ng racket yung...
So we have to say na there's a qualifier, meaning talagang nakalagay doon sa video or sa either static or film na this is AI generated. Kasi kailangan ng protected by law yung paggamit ng bata. Or for example, protected by intellectual property. For example, the Makati skyline or the buildings in Makati, I think there's a requirement for you to get a permit first to use that building. So pag ganun may kailangan kang documentation to actually use it because it's protected, then kailangan ilagay ng advertiser or ng agency na it's AI generated. No? And then there are a lot of course, substantiation documents being submitted yet because it's AI generated. Diba? Music is AI, can be AI generated also, diba? So, but yun, di kailangan ng qualifier, but you need to document it and submit it to the AAC.
Okay.
So, we're starting to actually regulate the use of AI. Iniingatan lang namin ano yung sasabihin mo na AI generated yan. Because in other countries, for example, there's a law, I think, passed in New York, na basta tao. Kailangan sabihin mo, to a certain extent, I don't know the exact wording, but that it was generated through AI. Diba? Kasi basta tao.
Kailangan may lumabas na disclaimer doon sa baba.
So it depends on which market, which country, diba? On existing regulations, diba? Hirap kasi sa AI, sobrang bilis ng innovation eh. Diba? It's hard to keep up.
Pero it's starting to all look the same eh. Ako,
It is.
yun yung concern ko sa
That's
AI.
the problem with AI.
Diba? Parang if you take a look at the content that you see on social now, a lot of it, parang dahan-dahan nakikita mo nagkikreepit ng AI slap. Parang, kanyari, some media creators or media companies, dati yung AI, konti lang. Ngayon, parang yung talking head na lang yung totoong tao, tas lahat ng B-roll, tas lahat ng animation, tas lahat ng ano.
Yeah.
It's basically recreation using AI.
Yes.
And to be frank, sobrang obvious. And sometimes as a viewer, the pleasure of consuming the content and the satisfaction that you get out of just diba, watching the content parang dissipates when you see na parang napaka-soulless. Diba?
Actually, that's why I think a lot of creators, when I say creators, the ideators, the creators, no? Some are still optimistic na hindi mo mamatay ang creative industry because pareho yung ibibigay ng AI eh.
Kami sa Unbox, sa group namin, ang stand ko is very straightforward eh. We try to use AI as much as possible to improve the workflow, not necessarily to create the content. So, for example, meron kami tinatrabaho ngayon na AI tool that allows for us to pick certain clips that have the highest chance of virality within a 1-hour podcast. So, paglapos natin ito i-shoot, ipapakain namin yan sa tool, tas siya na yung mag-ano. Kasi normally, yung producer namin, si Brett, kung papanoodin niya lahat yan, tas hanapin niya lahat ng mga parts na pwede pagdikit-dikit, which just takes up so much time.
Yeah.
Pero if AI can solve that problem, then I think the output is still very human,
Yes.
but it aided the process in a big way. So parang kami, yun yung parang current stand. Kasi I've tried all the video generating tools. Unang-una sa lahat, mahal na rin ngayon ng tokens. It's not as efficient as people think it is.
Yun sinasabi ko, akala mo mura, pero
Oo,
hindi.
pero magugulat ka na lang pala mahal, di ba? Tapos ang daming back and forth with the prompting, di ba, that you have to learn. And ultimately, when it comes out, it really looks and feels and sounds like AI.
Di ba ngayon, whatever content yung nakita mo, AI to.
Correct. Tsaka, alam mo, may naalala akong napag-usapan natin dati. I think it was with Alex, you, and me. I'm paraphrasing Pero it was along the lines of, kung mahirap, yan ang gawin mo. I think it was in the context of trying to get a client. Na doon tayo sa mas mahirap kunin kasi mas malaki yung reward. I think it was for a pitch for J&J or something. Basta parang ganun yung And I think the same thing applies to creative work.
It's and it was Merly who mentioned it before, my partner Merly, who's the creative talaga in the agency, di ba? Na, in fact, ang tinuturo niya sa creatives, guys, pahirapan mo yung sarili mo.
Yun.
Di ba? Don't go for the easy
Route.
Don't go for the first idea. Go for the 10th idea. Di ba?
Go through the kumbaga gruesome and long hard process of
Yes, I think tinuturo pa rin namin yun sa mga bata naman na it's not the first idea. Sometimes naman it is the first idea, but normally the creative bosses will tell you it's not the first idea dapat yung babato mo. It's the third, the fifth, the seventh, di ba? Kaya nga
pag hindi gumana, balik ka dun sa first.
well, kaya nga pag nag-brainstorm sila, ang hinihingi nila is give me 10 ideas each person. Minsan namumpo ako sa brainstorm nila, we had 50 ideas on the board. Di ba? So parang, wow, 50 talaga eh. Kasi 10 each. Das 5 sila. Di ba? So, actually si AI kaya din naman ibigay sa iyo yun, di ba? Pero kung gaano kalalim siya, that's another question. Pero talagang tinuturo talaga sometimes sa creative, especially on the craft. Di ba? Huwag yung madali gawin, yung mahirap gawin din, di ba? So, nandun pa rin yun. But of course, mas konti na because nga, you have to work fast. You're only given a day or two, di ba? On a simple requirement, and then for a campaign, a week or two, di ba? So it's really, if you give people time to think about it, then normally mas malalim, mas maganda yung idea eh. Ang hirap kasi ngayon, lahat instant na eh. Di ba? So give it to me in 2 days, 3 days, di ba? And then kailangan full campaign siya.
May isang tinuro sa akin, one of my former bosses, ang ganda ng pag-explain niya eh. Parang one of your jobs as a leader, to come up with good work, not necessarily creative work, but how do you make the difficult easy process-wise? Parang what resources and systems do you need to make the pursuit of something normally super hard, doable and easy, and repeatable?
Yes.
So nakita ko yan recently, may napanood akong video kay Mr. Beast, one of the biggest, diba, creators in the world. Tas, if there's one thing kasi that a lot of creators know, it's that yung thumbnail for YouTube is one of the most important kumbaga elements.
Yes.
And sobra kami na-shock na meron talaga siyang thumbnail studio. Like as in complete with stand-ins niya, nakamukha niya.
Cool.
So kumbaga yung something so hard, so difficult, so impossible, nagawa niya put into a capsule, into a system so that they're able to generate high quality, really good thumbnails at scale because of a process or a system. So I think yun din yung one of the things that creatives or business leaders can take a look at.
And that's the beauty of AI now eh. Kasi it does help, jumpstart the process. May mga agencies ngayon na developing idea builders na AI. Strat developers na AI. Diba? Copywriting. Bigyan ka ng 10 headlines agad. All AI. Diba? So, it may not be the final output of the person, but at least it helps you generate ideas na dati, if you're stuck, you can't even think of one idea, di ba? Ngayon, at least, parang
Or siyang springboard for ideas.
springboard na siya. So, we use it as a productivity tool right now. I don't know if it's correct na it is, because some are saying na you should not just use AI as a productivity tool. But at this point, it really helps in terms of people productivity talaga.
Do you feel like there is a lack of, sabihin natin, regulatory direction when it comes to either gambling ads dito sa Pilipinas? Or do you think there's already enough?
There are already regulations. For example, sa ASC, a legitimate online gaming company should get first an advertising authority to advertise from the PAGCOR before they have to go through the ASC to clear. So it's a must screen, pre-screening yan. So ang gambling ads similar to other categories like alcohol, milk, yung mga ganyan, must pre-screen yan, meaning hindi pwede ilabas na walang clearance ng ASC. So there are guardrails already, but I guess kung whether the guardrails are enough, ongoing process naman yan. Because even the ASC, sa ASC may code of ethics yan, pero maraming nakakabit na circulars yan, adding to the existing rules. na from time to time, nag-i-issue ng circulars yan because they're amending or adding to the rules. So, it's evolving. It doesn't stay put na there are 50 rules to guide advertising. Hindi. From 50 yan, nagiging 70, 80, 90 rules yan.
Are the casinos members ng ASC? Or do they abide by the ASC? Or it's because of the direction of PAGCOR na, or the regulator?
Yes. No, there was a time kasi na gambling at all is not allowed. Diba? So, there was
Kailangan
a
natin
time.
bumalik doon. Ako lang yun, hindi ko nagsabi na.
May time ngayon na now it's being regulated, no? There are parameters.
Now, sabihin natin there is an advocate who wants to push for reforms in better regulation.
Yeah.
Sino ang dapat nilang kausapin? Would it be ASC or the regulator?
I think primarily it's the regulator first, which is PAGCOR in this case, ano. And the ASC works with the appropriate government institutions to regulate the industry. For example, ASC works with the Department of Health and the FDA for products under their purview. And then we work with the DTI for other...
Kumbaga you are an enabler of their policy.
Oo eh. Kasi ano din yun eh, for self-regulation to work, we have to work closely with government agencies as well.
Na kung ano ba yung policies nila.
Correct. And we have to enforce their policies.
With that in mind, at least ako, personal stand ko, there should be... Kailangan talaga ihiwalay na yung function. Kasi diba si PAGCOR is both the regulator and the operator of the casino. The operator, ba taga-approve ng casinos. And yung mandate nila, may pagka-duality in the sense na they need to generate revenue. And yet at the same time, they're supposed to regulate it and to prevent, sabihin natin, overusage or whatever, or exploitation. So hopefully, ang panawagan natin sa mga nanonood is umabot sa point na magkahiwalay and magkaroon ng clear regulator. Kasi hopefully, once we get better and more specific rules, I don't think it will be a problem when it gets passed to ASC to implement those. Diba? Kailangan nyo lang talaga ng very specific and clear guidelines on what can and cannot be done.
Yeah.
And once that gets passed to ASC, at least from my experience working with the ASC, so manghirap kayang lumusod dyan minsan, di ba?
Yeah.
Pag kasi sobrang strict sila sa rules
Yeah.
So I think there just has to be a very clear, kumbaga, explanation and development of the policies.
Yeah.
Diba?
Kasi
So ako nagsabi nun, di si Bonat, baka sabi mo, pinapahamak kita. Ako nagsabi nun. No?
And
Diba?
that's how we protect consumers also because if hindi sumunod, there are penalties na binibigay doon sa nagva-violate. Not just on gambling, but all the things that are being cleared with the ASC.
Now, moving forward, medyo humahaba tayo. I just have a few questions na, so I asked a couple of people on Facebook if there's anything they would want to ask advertising agency CEO. So here are a couple of questions na nakuha ko. A lot of it is creator related kasi a lot of our followers are creators.
Yeah.
Number one, bakit ang bagal magbayad ng ahensya sa influencer?
Maraming factors yan.
No, paganda explain mo para hindi lang nila inaaway yung ahensya.
One, normally yan, pag ad agency yan, may accreditation process yan. So, there are some creators na hindi pa nakaka-submit, kunyari, ng accreditation documents either sa, if the ad agency is the one or the creator agency is the one hiring them, it's because of that accreditation process, hindi pa nasasubmit. Or the client accreditation process, because kasama yan sa accounting or procurement process ng mga advertisers. So it's either the bottleneck is within the company who hired you, whether that's a creator agency or an ad agency, or it can be the client na accounting process of accreditation ang tumatagal. And it depends siguro, no? There are agencies siguro na matagal nga magbayad, mag-release, and then may mga clients din na
Kumbaga kung mabagal si kliyente, wala rin kayo ibabayad.
ganun din yun eh. Kasi kasama kami doon sa hindi nababayaran. Di ba? So,
Yung hindi nakikita ng maraming tao, na pati yung ahensya, hindi pa bayad.
correct. Normally, pag ad agency, speaking just for ad agency, sometimes meron talaga pagkukulang namin. Which is yung accreditation process namin na matagal. Pero meron talaga, it's the accreditation process of the client or the payment process of the client. Sabihin lang namin, hindi pa kami bayad eh. And there are times talaga, napipilitan kami mag-abono kasi nakakahiya nga doon sa creator, 'di ba? Na we understand kung saan nanggagaling din yung creator, 'di ba? So sometimes we really have to shell out our own money just to pay them on time.
Ako, from my perspective, if it's a reputable agency na network, pababayaran ka rin naman. Kaya with Dentsu. I mean, it won't go anywhere. Diba? You get paid, siguro sometimes it gets delayed because of the client. But eventually you get paid. Ang nakakatakot is if yung ahensyang kumuha sa'yo, either bago, or sabihin natin may questionable history, tas bigla na lang sobrang delayed, yung pala hindi ka na nababayaran.
Yeah.
So I think this is coming from the space that there have been agencies na talagang nawala na lang overnight.
Yeah.
And ang daming unpaid creators. So there's, without naming the agencies, there's one I think na international na nag-set up dito. Ang daming creators unpaid, nagsara na lang sila. May picture pa nung CEO na nasa Maldives. Parang,
Okay.
parang sarap hagisan ng telepono no?
Yeah, but you know, I'm sure we've had cases where nadidelay din kami ng payment. And it's normally, you know, human error.
Yeah.
Yung iba dyan, yung iba process talaga. Yung iba yung sinasabi ko, it's accreditation process. But there's also that factor of may hindi gumawa ng trabaho niya. Diba?
Kadalasan
It happens.
Kadalasan may hindi nagpapapirma
Yeah.
sa ano yan,
Diba?
sa dating kong kumpanya.
So, whether it's process or people, diba, laging meron din factor dyan of human error. Someone did not do their job. Somewhere. It may
In along the chain.
Yeah, along the chain.
Ito naman from a question from a client side person. What is the most overrated digital platform right now where brands are wasting millions of their money? Yun.
That's a difficult.
Baka feeling ko this is in the context of siguro mga fake engagement or whatever.
Yeah, kasi di ba, in the past, nung tayo magkatrabaho, may mga fake engagements talaga. There are companies peddling that service, di ba? But right now, actually, a lot of the services are really needed, no? Whether efficient siya or patapon siya, I'm not an expert to say ano yung.
Baka politically correct talaga ni Bon.
Hindi, kasi baka mali yung sabihin ko no? I'm not really, kasi in our discipline kasi, the advertising, the programmatic people, they're the ones who
We usually talk about this.
who
Yeah.
talk about this, di ba? Kami kasi is the content creation, di ba? But as to the effectivity, di ba? Whether tapon yung pera dyan or not, parang mahirap to claim kung sino yun, ano yun.
I have siguro a few more segments before we go to the closing. This is more of a personal dynamic between you and me. So, I will start, tapos sundan mo. Kasi to those who don't know, so I worked with Bonat for how long? 5 years? 6 years?
Yeah.
Medyo matagal din, no? At marami siyang nakitang mga kapalpakan ko. Tsaka mga magagandang ginawa, at magagandang ginawa. Di ba? So marami na kami pinagsamahan ni Bonat. So kahit paano. So, parang ang gusto kong gawin, I'll share with you what I think your biggest strengths are, being that we work together for so long.
Okay.
And where I think, kumbaga, where you should be careful about. Tas, I want you to do the same for me. Okay?
Okay.
So ako, yung biggest strength, having worked with you for so long, I feel like, lalo na among a lot of people in advertising, you cared the most for people. I think that was your biggest strength. And that's probably the reason why, even up to today, minsan tinatawagan pa rin kita, di ba, nagyakayayaan pa rin tayo. It's because I felt like, at least in the time that we were together, parang you were one of the partners within the group. Not that I'm saying na hindi makatao yung ibang partners, papatay na ako ng dalawa.
Sakaling ganun.
Oo, sakaling ako ng dalawa. Pero siguro yung dynamic din natin kasi I felt like you were very approachable, very kuya-like. And I see it with some of the people that you have here. I just bumped into Ina, was with, di ba, naalala ko nung ano pa siya, ano ba, parang intern?
Yeah.
And she's still here.
Yeah.
And some of the people that you have, sila Gabby, di ba, sila Liza, sila
Went back.
Julia.
Yung ba umalis? Tas
Oh,
bumalik.
tapos babalik din eh. So I think that is one of your biggest strengths, na to be able to care for people. Ako, admittedly, hindi ko strength yun. Like, si Mitch, sabi niya nga, ano ko paano ba? Feeling niya yun daw yung dinadagdag niya sa buhay ko. And then there are people like, oh Ryan, I care about you Ryan, Brett Pero yun daw yung isa sa mga problema. Anyway, so yun yung una. Pangalawa, and I think naman where you should be careful about, I think yung strengths and weaknesses kasi go hand in hand. Siguro where you should be careful about lang is, huwag ka magpapaabuso. Not that I'm saying na nakita ko nangyari yun, but usually kasi that tends to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
For people who have their heart on their sleeve or people who care about other people, it's giving sometimes the license to others to exploit or abuse your kindness, di ba? And you know naman you're smart about it, pero yun lang, yun yung sa tingin kong dapat lang bantayan.
It's so nice of you.
Oh, di ba? O, ikaw naman.
Well, for you, for sure, and I always tell you this, no, na you have a wealth of ideas inside you. A wealth.
Too many.
Di ba? And that's what's great about you. That's why I told you before na parang you will do great things. Di ba? Because you care a lot about issues.
Obvious naman yata sa Facebook ko
Yes.
ngayon.
So, you champion these issues. As in, wala kang takot. Wala kang takot.
Minsan nga, yun din yung nakakatakot eh, na wala akong takot.
Natatakot ako for you na wala kang takot. Diba? But that's what makes you you. Diba? You fight for the things that you feel is right. Diba? And at the same time, you have so many ideas in your head. And I think the caveat to that lang is, dahil ang dami mong ideas, lahat gusto mong gawin.
Pagka natawa. Natawa yung tao ko.
Am I right? So, di ba, lahat gusto mong
May
gawin.
pinag-uusapan lang kami kanina na, uy, kailangan natin gawin to.
Yan. At tinuturo naman sa akin ng mga naging mga amo ko
Oo.
is choose 3. But prioritize.
Oo.
Prioritize what you want to do because lalo ka na, di ba? Para ka nag-LBM ng ideas eh.
Parang kilala niya ako, no?
Diba? So, talagang it flows naturally. We can do this. We can
Parang
do
that's a
that.
very weird way to describe flowing naturally, no? Ideas
Yes.
flowing naturally. LBM.
LBM, di ba? So, sa totoo lang talaga, nagtatai ka na ideas. Diba? So, yun na yun. I'll say it. Di ba? So, you have to prioritize. Yun lang yun. Because sometimes you want to do everything. Di ba? Because, wala, it naturally flows sa'yo eh. But I think your path to greatness will be easier if you learn to prioritize. Yun yung manakin pa yung kapatid lagi sa'yo. Di ba?
Yan ang challenge natin. Masyado madaming
Kasi
gusto
hindi mo
gawin.
kakayanin eh. Na
Correct.
sabay-sabay. Isa ka lang eh. Di ba? So,
Pero kaya buti lang nandyan sila Brett tsaka sila Ryan.
for
Okay.
sure, this is just the start because I always say you will do great things.
Okay, salamat. Okay, with that said, we have one last thing. So I'll mention a couple of ad lines. So I want you to give them a star rating. 1 worst, 10 highest.
Yun siya.
Okay? So una sa lahat, so clean, so good.
3. Sobrang basic.
Oo nga. Langhap, sarap. Yan, ano yan.
10.
Grabe yung... Ang daming hindi nakakaintindi how much inciting was put into those 2 words.
It was penned by one of the great advertising people, Minyong Ordonez.
Yes.
No? So, that's a beautiful...
Oh, and then the effect of those 2 lines to the business, di ba?
Sobra.
Sobrang grabe.
Since the start of that campaign until today, buhay pa siya.
Hanggang ngayon.
It has spanned decades.
Oh,
and
and
you know how great it is.
And it's one of those ad lines na pag nakita mo yung burger, naalala mo. Di ba? Kaya maganda sa kanya. Okay, next. The baby is now a lady.
9.
Oo, kilala natin yung
Kilala din natin yung sumulat niyan. Napakahusay ng sumulat niyan.
Correct. And next, hindi ko alam kung saan to. Pampamilya. Ay, grabing alcohol. Pampamilya yan.
Ilang pampamilya, pang sports.
Pang sports pa. Yun.
That's a 9.
Okay.
Diba? It's so simple, but because it was sung and it was kept for decades, kaya I guess it helped na it stuck in my head.
Kumbaga yung consistency, no?
Anyone na tanungin mo,
Okay.
it's in vocabulary ngayon.
Correct.
Di ba? Nasa vocabulary, kasabihan na siya.
Ito, kailangan ko to sabihin in a way na it's said. Kasi hindi talaga siya slogan. It's just how it was said back then.
Okay.
Paano ko sabihin to? Resorts World Manila. Parang ganun.
No, I think the beauty of that is the way it was said.
Oo. Hindi siya slogan per se, di ba? O yan, ano yung score mo doon?
That's the line itself, di ba? I'd score a 5. But the way it was said, di ba, I'd score it an 8. Di ba? Because again, iconic na siya, friend.
For the longest time.
Di ba? Parang yun yung katumbas ng motel na nakagano. Di ba?
Na picture lang, alam mo na. Correct. And one last, hindi sa akin manggaling, it's more of a question to you. If there's one like ad line that resonated with you the most throughout your entire career, parang pinaka favorite mo. What, not necessarily ad line, but favorite ad siguro that you remember.
Only because I handled this brand for a really, really long time and I grew up with the brand. But the line, great things start from small beginnings.
Oh,
By Milo.
oh.
Diba? So,
You worked on that particular, ano?
no, hindi naman ako ganun katanda.
Kaya sabihin ko, parang, Bonat, 100 years old ka na pala.
No, I think it was penned in the 70s or 80s.
Okay.
Right? So, but, the line is great. It's perfect for the brand. Milo, I love that brand. I grew up on Milo. And then when I started working, not when I started, but middle part of my career, I had the opportunity of working on the brand. And that brand really believes in that line. It's not just an ad line. It's their mantra. Building champions talaga in life.
Hanggang ngayon, consistent, ha?
Yes. Di ba?
Diba, if you think about it?
dekada na yun. And they put their money where their mouth is.
They've been consistent for decades. Kasi if you take a look at their roster now, ganun pa rin, di ba?
Yes.
Like
Diba?
young sports champions.
And they invest from childhood.
Oo, namiss lang nila si Alex Ayala.
Yun na.
Di ba? Pero everyone else
knows?
parang nakuha din. Baka makuha din nila. Hindi kasi kahit sino yun yung si...
Heidi Lim.
Oo, nakuha din nila di ba?
Yeah. But I don't know, I've seen the brand. Invest in the youth, invest in sports programs.
Yeah, meron sila mga youth camps for sports
Yeah,
camps.
they have the summer sports clinics, di ba? That's where most of their talents come from. Talagang doon nag-start, the training programs talaga. So they put their money where their mouth is, di ba? And it's a great line. It's a song, it's a lyric in the song, it's not really the tagline, but
No, pero it sticks with you until you die.
yeah.
Ganong level siya. Okay, with that, Bonan, maraming salamat for being on
Thank
the
you.
podcast. At least, kahit I tried my best na hindi kayo pahamak.
Hindi talaga.
As much as possible. Pero maraming salamat and thank you
Thank
for
you.
being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so guys, if you want to learn more about the business nila Bonat, which is obviously Dentsu, one of the biggest ad networks agencies in the Philippines. May Facebook naman kayo, di ba?
Yes.
Also, just hanapin nyo na lang, search nyo na lang Dentsu Philippines.
Dentsu Creative.
Dentsu Creatives. Wala ng Philippines.
Meron.
Dentsu Creative Philippines.
Philippines and Dentsu Creative Manila.
And Dentsu Creative Manila. And just message them or reach out if ever you need any of their superb advertising services.
Thank you for the plug.
Oo naman.